I recently came across this statistic that said that 97% of people who start writing a book don't finish. And while I have no idea how they came up with this or where they got this sort of information, I do know that a lot of people who start don't finish. And so today I wanted to talk a little bit about why you might be in that 90%, 97%, and what you can do to get out of it, different mindset shifts you can make to get out of that. So, yeah. Dylan, cue the intro. Welcome to my channel. My name is Alyssa, and here we talk about all of the things pertaining to books and building your best life. And as I said before, today we're going to be talking about some mindset shifts you might need to make in order to be able to finish your book. So I've identified 4 internal beliefs that I've personally had to overcome and that I know a lot of other people have had to as well. So today we are going to tackle these 4 internal beliefs that might be holding you back. Yeah, got hair in my mouth. So the first internal belief that might be keeping you from finishing your book is the thought, no one will want to read what I'm writing because it's unoriginal. This is something that I struggled with a lot when I was first coming up with the concept for my book that I'm currently writing right now. I'm on the 4th draft because we tend to absorb what we read and we regurgitate that out in our writing. There's nothing that we can do about that. There are only so many story ideas. I think in my college classes way back in the day, I think we identified like 7 plot lines. There's only like 7 plot lines for the entire world to go off of. There is nothing new under the sun. Everything is a copy of something. But there is only one you. And you are the only one who can talk like you. So even if your ideas are not this new, mind-blowing thing, it's coming from you. So it's going to sound like it is to the readers you are supposed to reach. So you have to not get so caught up on that what you're writing might be similar to something that you've already read or something that other people have already read, because it will be. But no one is going to be able to say it the way you can say it. So you still need to write that story. It is still worth getting out there. Your voice is important. So I'm like flinging my arm around a lot. I'm very passionate about this because I truly believe that just your creative voice and your creativity, it deserves to be expressed, and you get the ideas that you get for a reason. So don't try to discredit them by comparing them to what's already out there, because there is something out there that will be similar, but it won't be from you. The second internal belief that might be holding you back is the thought, writing is difficult. This might be a little bit of a controversial statement during, I don't know, just like I've heard a lot of writers talk about how writing is so difficult. And I don't want to say that it's easy, because certainly sometimes it is difficult. But when you allow this particular thought to ruminate in your head over and over again, it is so counterproductive to you trying to finish your novel. Because we as humans, part of our nature is that we don't like to go through difficult things. No one sees a challenge and is like, yeah, that looks really painful and difficult. Let me try to go after it. I mean, I've met a couple people like that, but the majority of us, we don't seek out difficulty. We want to avoid it. We try to come up with solutions to actively get us out of challenges and pain and stuff that might be hard. So if you are constantly thinking to yourself, this is so hard, this is so difficult, your natural response is going to be to try to stop doing it. And it's very easy to stop writing because you just need to like put your laptop away, not open up that document, not pick up a pen. It's so easy to avoid. So that is something you have to rewire in your brain, is to take that thought in particular captive and be like, maybe it is difficult. I like to think of writing more as a process. So it's not necessarily something that's difficult. It's something that you move through. And, you know, obstacles do come up and there will be moments where it's hard, but the process overall should be something that you enjoy. And when you connect to the purpose of it, the reason for why you want to write this book and the purpose behind the book and the purpose behind your writing, it doesn't become difficult so much as it just becomes part of the process. So I like to think of writing as a process. And sometimes I'll even tell myself that writing is easy and writing is fun. Repeating those thoughts in my mind when the writing is difficult tries to pop up a lot is really helpful to me and personally. So yeah, just be aware of that thought, and when it comes up, don't dwell on it for a very long time because it's trying to keep you from finishing your book. The third internal belief that might be keeping you from finishing your novel or your book is that I'm not a good writer. This will 100% keep you from finishing your book because, I mean, we don't really, most people, again, I know, I don't know if there might be some people out there. People don't like to do things they're not good at. So when you are constantly repeating that to yourself, it's very hard to write because you're like, I'm not good at this. Why would I even want to do it? But here's the thing, is that first draft is not even supposed to be good. It's supposed to be trash. Most of it's not going to stay the same. It's going to change. Words are going to be rewritten. It's going to go through a minimum, at least it should be going through a minimum of 3 rounds of professional editing. So, like, it doesn't matter if you could be a bad, terrible writer, and you could take this through enough edits that your writing ends up being good. So don't get so caught up with this first part of your writing having to be good, because this first draft, you really just need the framework and the outline and the ideas on the page, because you can work with those. You can't work with an empty page. So even if you're not a good writer, it doesn't matter at this point. You just need to finish the story, because other people can make your writing good, but other people can't communicate the way you communicate. They can't have your exact ideas. Only you have that, and that's what makes this book special. The fourth internal belief that might be, and I don't know if this is really an internal belief, but it's something that has stopped me a lot and made my process a lot longer than it has needed to be, is that once I finish XYZ, I'll start writing. This is like a major procrastination issue. And a lot of the times it comes from not knowing the worth of your book and not valuing your ideas, not valuing your story. Because if you're willing to procrastinate, that means you're willing to put other things ahead of it. You're saying, what I'm doing right now is more important than this. So you have to, for this one, you need to reevaluate your priority. You need to reconnect to the purpose of why you're writing. You need to reconnect to your love of this story idea, this book idea that you have, and that will help you prioritize it and overcome the procrastination. I'm sure there's other like overcoming procrastination tips. I feel like that could be its whole own video, but just from a mindset perspective, you're putting things above your writing because to you your writing's not as important. So if you're going to finish your book, that needs to change. So when you catch yourself starting to dwell on any of these thoughts for too long, I think it's natural for them to pop up. But when you're really ruminating over them, I encourage you to take that thought and just catch yourself and try to rewire it. For me personally, I like to do a visualization exercise where I imagine like grabbing hold of the thought and throwing it in a dumpster and then lighting that dumpster on fire and walking away, and there's this big explosion behind me with like epic music. And it might sound silly, but that legit just like, I mean, the thought disappears after that and I can start focusing on different things. So maybe try a visualization type thing like that, or you can just kind of say the opposite. Like if writing is difficult keeps popping up into your head, you can start thinking, no, writing is easy, or no, I enjoy writing. Those sorts of things. Be aware of your thoughts, take them captive, and change them to what you want them to be. So that's all I have for today. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to receive weekly content on all the things pertaining to books and building your best life, go ahead and subscribe. Videos go up every Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, bye. I had a Harry Potter party for my birthday. I can't really show it this well. It's a Slytherin tattoo, but it's not permanent. But I keep showing it. All right.